Guys, you are not going to believe this. Scopely is absolutely screwing me, and they're trying to screw you too. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid that and make sure you get good event results. Yeah, this is how to do better on the event. Let's win our Cosmic Crystal battles. Let's go! All right, so this is going to be the event in question, guys, the Strange Divination Ronin event, and there's some good stuff in here. And what I want to primarily draw all your attention to are these 75 shards in milestones, 16, 17, and 18. So 75 total from Hard, Light, Photon, and Ghost Rider, 25 apiece. And how are we going to get this? And of course, all the monthly stuff, and some Dark Promotion credits if you want to go super hard. So how are we going to get this? Well, there's a blitz. It caps out at 75,000 points. You get extra points from blitzing with characters at superstar levels. If you've been buying those characters, earn Divination or Fragment. I can only imagine we might get like one of these free to play from free claims. And maybe they'll just be kind of the whale's way to get through it. And then battle in blitz. This will be like the whale blitz circumvention system, probably. And then there's a battle in blitz. 25 points is unlimited after that. And then here's the part that we're going to be focused on in this video. Win in Cosmic Crucible. 1,000 points. You're going to get to do 3 Cosmic Crucible battles, which is 18,000 points over the week. And that's a big number. So I did my own personal math. I have all the characters at 5 stars, minus Robbie, who only needs like 2 more shards to go to 5 star. So we're kind of preying on some RNG in our next orbs there. Regardless, if we get that, then I only need to do 12 rotations over the 4 days, which is 3 rotations a day, which is very doable by somebody who's as lazy as I am. But for every Crucible room stage, if you will, that I do not clear, I'm going to have to do an additional 40 blitz battles. They're trying to screw us into doing blitz more than we already have to. And I don't like it. And I'm going to fight against it. And I'm going to help you guys fight against it too. And so the reason why I feel very, very strongly about this is they put me in a bracket with 7 Super Scrolls. If you saw my Crucible battles last week on Twitch, they didn't go up on YouTube because there was too much cursing. It was way too much cursing. I didn't clear any of my enemies. All 3 of them. I left 2 rooms up. I didn't clear the 2 million Bifrosts, and I didn't clear the Super Scroll room. One of them was Super Scroll with Bifrost. And then there was one Wakanda room, Wakanda in stage 4, but it was like a 2.1 million, and I didn't clear it, and it was brutal. And none of them made it up on YouTube, and they're not going to, all right? So if you want to watch me lose my mind, rip out my hair, curse like a sailor, you're gonna have to go over to Twitch, check out that VOD. But yeah, so I'm the smallest in this bracket, and this is going to apply to a lot of people. A lot of people end up in brackets where they're doing huge punch-ups out of nowhere. There's a lot of lazy whales who end up just letting themselves fall down. But an event like this comes, and all of a sudden their defense is just is unfair to you to get your event done, and then they just walk over you. So maybe you're going to be in a situation where you're doing something like, what Beta Raise at 90 million? That's not a big deal. It's only a 29 million punch-up. I've heard you guys say you've been doing bigger punch-ups than that. So hopefully I'm going to be able to help you with that. First things first, I want to take a quick look at defenses and kind of give you a little insider look at the defenses that I normally see. We're not going to spend too much time on this. What I actually want to spend most of my time on is just showing you the teams I'm bringing to offense. Because the rule for this week of Crucible is who cares about being the winner? Care about being the cleaner, right? Just make sure you can clear out your opponent to get those 18,000 points. You don't need to actually win. You just need to clear all their rooms to get closer to these 75 Secret Defender shards. Of course, you're still going to need to blitz, but it is what it is. So predominantly in stage 1, I kind of see a variety of teams here. It could be War Dogs, it could be Wakanda, it could be Gamma, Infestation, Nowhere, maybe Infinity Watch if Nowhere is in stage 3. I've seen a Darkhold in here, so they put something funky in stage 6. You might be seeing Secret Defenders here now because Black Cat being that striker, having so many death crews, sitting at super low life for such a long time, and then comes in and one-shots you. I can see that happening, okay? So this is going to be the kind of the playful room. We'll see how it goes. For the most part, I'm just going to have an overkill team for it, and it'll be an overkill team for the people you're facing, I would hope. Then there's the Bifrost room, Raid on Crucible. So I have a 1.5 million team, very beefy. Most teams I face are 2 million. That is way too much beef. You know, that's how you get gout. Way too much beef. Last week I had a Sylvie resist my Magneto 3 times in a row, so I instantly lost and couldn't clear. That was really fun, and that's why you always bring Apocalypse with your Death Seed. Because if the Sylvie resists your Magneto, but it procs your Apocalypse, there's still a chance to win, or at the very least, cripple the enemy Bifrost team by killing Sylvie, by killing Val. You know your Apocalypse, he's going to punch somebody, and if Archangel didn't die, then Archangel can go kill somebody too. That's like the worst, best case scenario, and that's why you bring Apocalypse for safety. Then there's the Infinity Watch team. This is the best team in Stage 3 because it just taxes your efficiency the most. If you see nowhere in there, we have great answers to both these. We'll talk about that when we get to the offensive list. Then these next 3 is where it's going to get pretty brutal. So the Secret Defenders, they're going to be either in 4, 6, or 1. I'm sure of it. And the reason I put Hand Sentry there is because there's going to be a variety of options to go in there, right? There's Dorm, there's Super Skrull, which is something I see quite a bit. There's Quicksilver, maybe a Doom in there. Who knows what else you might put in? Maybe a Weaver. Who knows? There's a lot. Nova. There's a lot. Kestrel. There's lots of good characters that go in there that make that team an absolute nightmare. Now, if it's just like the straight Secret Defenders, people were using New Warriors last week to get through it. The trick was getting the flip on Black Cat happened with Gwenpool. And so you were able to do the rewinds. Because when Black Cat has the Death Rift, you can't rewind her. But otherwise, Gwenpool flips it, right? Because there's no safeguard outside of Arena, I think. Or it's that Miss Marvel doesn't renew it. Something like that. I also give a shout out to Athame. He had like an Eternals team that worked. He got Al to do it. It worked in Stage 6 against the big Secret Defenders. I tried to mirror that, and I actually didn't get a turn. My whole team died before I got to touch the phone. So it's not 100%, but it definitely works. You should make sure you go check out that Al's video. I believe it's titled, "This 100% won't work," because that's what I said. And guess what? It 100% didn't work for me, but it's an option. So you go check that out if you want that option. Otherwise, maybe a mirror match is something that you could look into. Again, we don't care about winning, but maybe your opponents do. Maybe your opponent's going to be super Crucible defense heavy, so you just want to have the offense to beat them. Let them have the win. Let them get that little bit extra Crucible credits. Who cares? Just get your points for this milestone. Then there's the Mutant Spiders room. This is basically just unlimited with a couple of health modifiers, right? Like a Phoenix, a Colossus, or a Jubilee. They all go in there. And for that room, you know, you can Masters of Evil it, New Warriors it. You could do like the old Walking Hate combo if you want. There's a bunch. Eternals, Apocalypse, absolutely smash that now. Stuff like that is very easily winnable if you don't need stuff elsewhere. And just I would say maybe do this room as one of the last rooms because you cannot whittle down a Bifrost team. So even if you go in there with the first attack and then you leave up, you know, Val, Loki, Teen Loki, Battery, maybe you only killed Sylvie. Maybe you do want to go in there with your Masters of Evil to get the clear because you could whittle down an Unlimited much easier. Again, we just want to get that full clear. And then Stage 6 is going to be Darkhold. You know, you can have Kingpin in there. You could have Black Widow in there, Quicksilver, Doom, Apocalypse, Dorm, whatever the case may be. That's kind of standard. Normally we hit that with a Tangled Web. So that's the kind of defense that I keep in mind when I'm making my offensive list. So if that's not what you see at all, and your teams are so much easier that you end up facing, then maybe don't worry about this. But if you are seeing this kind of cookie cutter defense that kind of becomes the meta, then maybe, just maybe, my offensive squad list will make sense to you. Like what you saw I have on defense is not what I'm putting on defense, okay? I am facing people who have Super Skrull at the very least with Bifrost, at the very worst with Secret Defenders with the new Black Cat being as big as she is. I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm going to lose 18 out of the 18 matches, and I'm going to have to do 18 more Blitz rotations. And I wouldn't like that. I don't want to have to do 8 Blitz rotations a day. So this is what I'm going to be bringing in. My Unlimited, they're the worst Crucible team. I guess they're technically better than Wakanda, but they're going to be used against whatever Stage 1 is. If it's Gamma, you know, we got to throw a pre-taunt because the Unlimited the Unlimited Horseman team doesn't beat the Gamma Horseman team in Crucible if your Rogue gets rewound, because that's how that works. Woohoo, go Rogue. But yeah, that's going to be like my just like, here, just get rid of this team. We need it gone. Then we have Apocalypse Destiny. We touched on this. This is my Bifrost killing team. I will be doing that there. This is my Infinity Watch takeout team. So we got Undying Dorm with Underworld. The way this works is you put ability block on the Gamora. If you can spread with Hela, fantastic. If not, on Mr. Negative second turn, he's going to cover everyone in bleeds and they start killing themselves because of the Zombie Iron Man passive. And that's fantastic. So go from there. This team here is a nowhere killing team. So we have the Eternals, but you need to bring a speed person. It could be Fury. It could be Cable. It can't be Kang because you don't want to break your Kang up. It could be Emma if you don't need Emma elsewhere. Whatever the case may be, you want Icarus to go first. So don't bring anybody faster than Icarus. Just keep that in mind. So I go Eternals, Kestrel, Fury, and Shang-Chi, and that has done a giant punch-ups for me. Then we have Masters of Evil. Masters of Evil used to work on Secret Defenders. I don't think it will at all anymore because the Titania loses her speed up on spawn from the Black Cat passive, and you're no longer able to put the ability block on Miss Marvel in time. So I'd be wary of taking that matchup, especially because Titania ends up going last because her entire team does have speed up. Well, no, I guess Moonstone doesn't because she's also bio. I digress. It's not the best matchup anymore. So I'm going to be using these guys against enemy Unlimiteds. Maybe I will use this as a cleanup team on Bifrost. Maybe I can use this against Infinity Watch, or maybe I'll use this against Gamma, and I could use Unlimited somewhere else, whatever that case may be. War Dogs, I kind of have it slated by rooms as well, by the way. So like Unlimited is for stage 1, Death Seed Apocalypse stage 2. These guys are my stage 3 counters. This is my stage 4 counters. So War Dogs. What I'm most interested in with War Dogs is using them to potentially burn enemy Super Skrull teams. Now, it won't work if Super Skrull is with Bifrost, in which case you just straight up go Death Seed Apocalypse. But otherwise, you know, the War Dog team, they put debuffs out right away, the Black Panther 1 million. They get a bunch of buffs on spawn. And the goal when you're trying to burn a Super Skrull team is optimally he takes 4 turns. He does his rewind, he does a basic, he does his ultimate. Somehow you survive the ultimate, he does another special. Because his special is on a 3-turn cooldown because Scopely hates non-Krakens and wants us to suffer their wrath for a short time. Or not a short time, like 8 months or so. But my hope would be that the War Dog team can at least do enough debuffs and buffs to the point where they get the Super Skrull to ult. Especially if it's against a Secret Defender Super Skrull team, because that's a super pain in the butt. It's hard to live 3 turns against the Secret Defenders alone. Add on to the fact Super Skrull doing all his stuff to you in the interim. I'd be worried about trying to go in with a subpar burn team against Super Skrull Secret Defenders, and what you end up doing is you end up taking the first 2 Super Skrull abilities and then you die. And then you load into the next match and he ults you and you instantly die. That would be a big concern for me. And remember, you cannot use Dorm against Super Skrull Secret Defenders because Black Cat removes your revives. I hate where Scopely is putting me to face these monsters, okay? New Warriors, this is my go-to unlimited counter now. It frees up Masters of Evil. Now that they don't have immunity on spawn, New Warriors just absolutely shreds unlimited teams. So make sure you do as many rewinds to the enemy rogue as possible. Get your blinds out there with Cloak. Yeet out either the rogue or the Gambit with Deathpool on her second turn. If you get the option, take out Gambit. And if the team is weak enough or your Cloak and Dagger are big enough, you can actually just go ahead and throw the entire ultimate soup at them. Hit him with a Cloak ult, and if somebody dies, Deathpool gives that energy to Dagger. You can go ahead and throw the Dagger ult too and get some kills. This is then my stage 6, my Darkhold killing team. So we got the Tangled Web with Nova. I got Doom up there and Emma. Obviously, if there's an Apocalypse with the Darkhold team, I take the Emma off. I throw a Mega Brand or somebody in like that. And it was kind of a YOLO fight at that point. But it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. This is like an 85% win rate. My Nova goes for the ride now over my Weaver, which it doesn't really matter. He does enough damage that it kind of has the same effect. But make sure if you did bring in like your Black Widow here, for instance, make sure she doesn't have more damage than Weaver. She will if she's Gear Tier 18 and your Weaver's not Gear Tier 18, for the record. And then I have these 2 teams. Yeah. I'm having everything on offense, guys. My opponents are going to have the best time facing me in Crucible. They're going to get all their event points for free. They're going to get a free win, and I don't care. Because, again, the goal of this week is simply to clear the enemy. So I'm going to be pulling my Quicksilver and my Secret Defenders off of defense. I'm going to be using this team as a possible cleanup against an enemy Super Skrull, maybe cleanup against the Bifrost team, or just use them to demolish some other team, maybe a mirror matchup, whatever the case may be. They're definitely going to come super duper in handy, and I'm going to put them on offense for that reason. And then there's Bifrost. The reason I'm going to pull Bifrost onto offense is because in my mind, if I go up against an enemy 2 million powered Bifrost and my Apocalypse Death Seed fails, but at the very least kills 1 or 2 crucial members, whether that be enemy Sylvie, enemy Loki, Team Loki, Val, whoever it kills, you don't want to undervalue that enemy team afterwards on the cleanup, and I will then throw my Bifrost in. I'm not doing a mirror matchup. I'm not doing a 500k mirror matchup because that sounds like just the worst idea ever. But I will use it as a cleanup team, and I'm going to be throwing Rebirth on stage 2 because I just don't care. Because again, the name of the game this week is to clear so that we get these very, very valuable 75 shards. That might be horrible advice from a competition viewpoint, which is normally where I go, but these shards are so valuable for these characters who are so good, and the rest of this stuff ain't bad either. So that's what I'm going to be doing, guys. I am valuing clearing over competition here. Let's be real. The rewards in Cosmic Crucible are nowhere near worth what they used to be, since most people have Quicksilver maxed out now. So there's that. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. I'll include an import link to this this offensive list in the comment section so you guys can copy it if you want. If you just want to go full glass cannon offense, you will lose your Crucible if you do this, by the way. You will not win your Crucible by doing this. Unless you leave your Bifrost on defense and they can't clear your Bifrost. I don't know. I don't know what you guys want to do, but this is what I'm doing because Sqauds screwed me and I'm not taking it. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you live on Twitch tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so we can see me do these fights live. It's going to be really funny. Have fun. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.